Hi, writers. You guys have been telling stories for a long time. If you think about it, many of you began telling stories before you could even write. Some of you told stories on the playground to make a friend. Some of you told stories to break an awkward silence. I've known adults that have told stories to get a good job, and I know teenagers that have told stories to get a date. I've been thinking a lot about why we tell stories at the start of each school year and why stories might matter. If you think about it, when you can tell a good story, your arguments are so much stronger. You have fodder for poetry and anecdotes to weave into your informational books. Stories are the building blocks for almost every other genre. Lastly, stories matter because if people around the world could hear each other's stories the way we do here, they might be able to see each other beyond a hairstyle, a pair of sneakers, a skin color. When you hear someone's story, it makes them more human to you. It makes them a real person as opposed to just an idea. I think stories can be really powerful. I think they can inspire people and they can bring about empathy. Today, we're going to launch by collecting and test driving some possible small moment stories. You know a ton about how to collect ideas for stories. What are some of the strategies that work best for you when you're collecting possible stories? I've got a few I've put in your seed section of your digital writer's notebook, and it's called Strategies for Collecting Small Moment Narratives. And the first strategy is think of a person that matters and list moments with that person and choose one to write. Sketch a place that matters and label moments that have happened in this place. Choose one to write. Think of an object that matters and list times that have included that object. Choose one to write. Think of a line of dialogue that you've overheard that stuck with you over the years. I know you all have parents that have like a catchphrase or like a lesson that they repeat all the time. That could be something really cool to write about if you're reflecting on like lessons that your parents have taught you. Think of turning points, first times, last times, times you realize something. Those make for some really good memoir stories. So today I want to teach you that writers often begin by writing lots and lots of anecdotes, small moment stories that capture the tension in their lives and show pivotal points and life themes. If they feel stuck for ideas, writers rely on what they already know. One way to do this is by listing out the strategies they've learned for collecting and using one of them to develop new stories to write about. So I want you to take a few of the strategies that I've listed here, and they're also listed in the seed section of your digital notebook. And in your seed section, I want you to just start planting some of those small moment ideas about what you could possibly write your memoirs about. Maybe make a list. Maybe you could list one of all of those things: a person that's important to you and list out events, a place, an object, something you've heard, and kind of write small, a little blurb about what kind of possible memoir could come out of this idea. Remember that memoirs have a lot to do with themes and ideas, life lessons and turning points. So make sure you kind of focus on those. I look forward to looking at your discussion in class. And when I say look at it, I mean on the discussion board, and seeing what kind of ideas you've come up with for your small moment stories, for your memoirs. I am excited to read your writing.